Once upon a time, there was a poor boy named Jack. He lived with his mother in a small cottage in the countryside. They had only one cow, which gave them milk. Every day, Jack and his mother sold the milk at the market to buy food. But one day, their cow stopped giving milk. Jack's mother was very worried. "Jack, we have no food left. We must sell the cow and use the money to survive." Jack nodded. "I will go to the market and sell her," he said. The next morning, Jack took the cow and walked toward the market. On his way, he met an old man with a long white beard. The man smiled and said, "Good morning, young boy. Where are you going with that cow?" "I am taking her to the market to sell," Jack replied. The old man stroked his beard. "I have something better than money for you," he said. He reached into his pocket and took out 5 small beans. Jack looked at them, confused. "Beans? But I need money." "These are not ordinary beans," the man explained. "They are magic. If you plant them tonight, by morning they will grow into a giant beanstalk that reaches the sky." Jack was curious. Magic beans? That sounded exciting. He thought for a moment, then gave the old man the cow and took the beans. The old man smiled and walked away. Jack ran home full of excitement. "Mother, look, I got magic beans." His mother's eyes widened. "Magic beans? Where is the money?" "I traded the cow for them," Jack said proudly. Jack's mother was furious. "You fool! You sold our only cow for a handful of beans. What will we eat now?" In her anger, she threw the beans out of the window. "Go to bed, Jack. You will get no supper tonight." Jack went to bed feeling sad. He had believed in the magic beans, but now he thought he had made a mistake. But something magical happened that night. The moonlight shone on the beans, and suddenly, the ground began to shake. By morning, a gigantic beanstalk had grown outside their house. It was so tall that it disappeared into the clouds. Jack woke up and saw the enormous beanstalk. "Mother, look!" he shouted. But his mother was still upset and ignored him. Jack was curious. He decided to climb the beanstalk. He grabbed the thick vine and started to climb. Higher and higher he went. He climbed for hours until finally he reached the top. Above the clouds he saw a land he had never seen before. In the distance there was a huge castle. Jack walked toward it. When he reached the castle, the giant wooden door creaked open and a tall woman stood there. She was the wife of a giant. "What are you doing here, little boy?" she asked. "I am hungry. Could you give me something to eat?" Jack asked, politely. The giant's wife looked at him with kindness. "Come in, but you must be careful. My husband is a giant, and he eats little boys like you." She gave Jack some bread and milk. But suddenly, the ground started to shake. The whole castle trembled. "Fee for fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive, or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." Jack quickly hid inside the oven. A huge giant entered the room. He had a thick beard, a large belly, and terrible red eyes. "I smell a boy," the giant growled. "Nonsense," his wife said. "You always smell something. Sit down and eat your meal." The giant sat down and ate a huge plate of meat. After eating, he took out a big bag of gold coins and counted them. Soon, he became sleepy and fell asleep. Jack waited for a moment, then crept out of the oven. He grabbed a handful of gold coins and ran. He climbed down the beanstalk and showed the coins to his mother. "This will help us for a while," she said happily. But after some time, the money was gone. Jack decided to climb the beanstalk again. This time, the giant's wife was hesitant. "I don't think you should come in. My husband is very dangerous." "Please," Jack begged. "I am very hungry." The giant's wife let him in and gave him some food. But soon they heard the giant's footsteps. "Fee, fee, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." Jack quickly hid behind a barrel. The giant sat down and ate his meal. After eating, he took out a golden hen. "Lay," he ordered. The hen laid a golden egg. Jack's eyes widened. When the giant fell asleep, Jack took the hen and ran. He climbed down the beanstalk and showed his mother the hen. "This hen lays golden eggs," Jack said. His mother was happy, but she was also worried. "Be careful, Jack. The giant will notice something is missing," she warned. Jack promised to be careful, but after some time, he became curious. He climbed the beanstalk once more. This time, the giant's wife refused to let him in. But Jack sneaked inside when she wasn't looking. The giant came in and roared, "Fee, fee, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." Jack hid under the table. The giant sat down and took out a golden harp. "Play," he commanded. The harp started playing beautiful music by itself. Soon the giant fell asleep. Jack slowly came out and grabbed the harp. But as he was leaving, the harp cried out, "Master, help! Someone is stealing me!" The giant woke up and saw Jack running. "You little thief!" he shouted and ran after Jack. Jack climbed down the beanstalk as fast as he could. The giant followed. "Mother, get an axe!" Jack shouted. His mother ran and brought an axe. Jack chopped the beanstalk. With one last strike, the beanstalk broke, and the giant fell down, disappearing into the clouds. Jack and his mother were safe. They now had the golden hen and the magic harp. They never had to worry about money again. And so, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after.